Okay guys, so today's video, we need to do some recap on a few things. So we've got the Dakota sitting here, we've got the Viper ACR sitting there, and we have the S2000 sitting over here. So as you guys know, we just picked up the SRT 10, we brought it here, and now we have 3 spaces, 4 project cars, and a Jetta. So we gotta decide what to do, but right now I'm gonna unload the truck, get a bunch of stuff out of it. I got a bunch of my tools. I don't have a toolbox at this point because I had to leave my toolbox back at my mom's house. So I'm gonna have to get a toolbox, but for now, let's get all that stuff out of the back of the truck. And in this video, I wanna talk about what the plan is with the Dakota and also what the fuel mileage was that the SRT 10 Ram got and everything in between. So let's talk about everything, but first let's unload the truck. All right, you guys, so there's the truck, it's back. We haven't cleaned it. We're gonna clean it this weekend because it needs a very thorough clean. I know a bunch of people are joking around about how much brake dust. I know, I am in full agreement. She needs a good bath inside out, but right now we're gonna unload this because the back of this, I think it's locked right now. And I do have a video for you guys showing you guys this install because this thing was a lifesaver on the way back with having the tailgate lock and having the tonneau on it so we could lock up all the stuff. So let me open this with the key and then we'll unload. So here's how this works. It's pretty cool, and I'll get into this in another video. Turn it and then all of a sudden we can open it. So I have a ton of tools and stuff back here. All sorts of stuff. I got my welder, I got all my new ratchets and bits and sockets and wrenches, all sorts of stuff. Hose reels. This is all stuff that I have from my other garage. So, and I do have kind of a secret hiding in there, but I don't know if I'm gonna release it in this video yet, but it has to do with the Viper. So anyways, let's unload this stuff. All right, so we got everything out of the truck and it just actually started to rain. So we're gonna get that thing cleaned up. It's not the first time it's gonna have seen rain. So like I said, I gotta wash it up probably this weekend once it clears up, and that way we can get it inside. But for now, I got a bunch of stuff all laid out here that I'm gonna have to organize at some point. There's a secret in that box. I'm not gonna say too much just yet, but you guys are gonna be super excited to know what's inside of that box. And yeah, just most of the stuff is just tools. I have like my drill press, my bench grinder, just a lot of stuff, my air tools, all sorts of different things. Also, I have a complete master sockets and ratchet set in that one. So lots of cool stuff. I just now have to get a toolbox to be able to organize it all. Also have a welder, it's just a MIG, nothing too fancy, just a 110 volt one. And a few other things that I've been, collecting that I've had for a long time, but just haven't put into use. So gonna have a hose reel. So I don't know, I might put that up, I don't know, somewhere in the center. We'll see. Lots of different stuff. But also I just want to give a shout out to Namilo. He hooked us up with one of these battery tie downs, and believe it or not, we actually really need one of these. So thanks again to Namilo. He wrote here, hey, I really like what you're doing to the Dakota. Here's the battery hold down. I hope you can use it. We definitely can use this. Because if you guys remember, for some reason, I'm missing one bolt, and the battery issue is another issue I'm gonna probably discuss, but I am missing one bolt out of that. So we'll put that to good use. Supercharger's right there, ready to go, and that's kind of what I want to talk about next. So we're gonna be putting the supercharger on this week. I just have to kind of button up a couple loose ends. So if you guys remember, we put the fuel pump in there. So the fuel pump's in, it's working. We just have a few kind of, I don't even want to call them issues, but just a couple things we want to double check just before we get into the supercharger, because we don't want to add more elements into this whole thing. So I got to put some spark plugs in it, and we just want to see how it runs because it's kind of not missing, but has a little bit of a breakup that it's going on right now. So I just want to make sure that's cleared up, and then once we're good to go, that should only take me a day or two, honestly. Once that's cleared out, then I can go ahead and start bolting up supercharger kit. And you guys know, if you guys followed from the last videos of the Ram 1500 supercharger, pro charger install, we're gonna do it step by step, show you guys exactly how to do that. So if you guys ever wanna do it, you guys will know how to do it. So we'll do all that, go step by step. And that project, don't worry you guys, if you guys are big into the RT build, we got that project obviously now we have the SRT 10 Ram project, so I'm gonna probably start looking for some things. I have some stuff in mind, but I will let you guys know that as that comes. I want to, just a couple things. I want to probably lower it a little bit, put some different wheels and probably some exhaust, but that's all gonna come down in the future. As for the actual Viper, I got some cool stuff coming for that, like I mentioned earlier in this video. So we got some stuff going on with that. This right now is kind of getting put on the back burner, but we'll probably revisit it here shortly as well. All right, and if you guys came to this video to find out how much fuel we used in the Ram SRT 10 with the 8.3 liter Viper engine, V10 of course, I added up all of our fuel receipts and these are the numbers. So I ended up using, in the States, you gotta remember we went from Toronto to the States. So I ended up filling up the truck before we left, and I kind of did a little bit of driving around. So I probably drove for about just over an hour without the trip into account. And I filled up for about $100 Canadian over there. And then when we came to the States, I ended up filling up, what's the number here? Looks like 8 times, but it wasn't fully empty every time. Also keep into account that right now I have probably between a quarter of a tank to a half, so maybe about a third of a tank still left. And in the States, I ended up putting in $434 in fuel. So altogether, it looks like about $534, but there's some exchange there. So if you want to say I spent or I filled up for about 70 bucks with the exchange rate, I have about $500 worth in fuel to get 2,500 miles out of that truck, which really isn't that bad considering all the stuff that we ended up hauling. So I got a lot of my personal stuff that we brought back. And I also want to show you guys this. So I ended up getting fuel injectors for the supercharged project on the Dakota. So I have these Snake Eater Performance fuel injectors. So we have 8 large fuel injectors ready to go in the truck. And like I said, I got a bunch of stuff that I got to get done on the truck. I'm just trying to get myself all sorted out and situated here. It's currently raining outside here in California, so I wanted to clean up the SRT 10, but this weekend is raining, so I'll wait till some clearer weather, get that thing all cleaned up because I got to spend some time outside pressure washing and all that good stuff. So anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. At this point in time, we have a lot of vehicles and projects on the channel, so I'd like to get your guys' feedback, what you guys want to see, what you guys are interested in. We're still, regardless, we're getting the RT project underway, supercharged, all that stuff, but now we have a lot of options as far as what we want to play with. So we'll be doing a lot of 3rd gen Ram lighting mods too, and a lot of different stuff there. So anyways, I'd love to hear you guys' feedback, so make sure you leave a comment below, make sure you give it a thumbs up, check out some of that merch we have too. We'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.